This is Opinionated, thought-provoking analysis on whatever. Now, here's your hosts, Grango and Pablo.
Hi, everybody. I'm Grango, and with me, my buddy Pablo.
And welcome to our newest segment. Is called Opinionated. Because if there's one thing that we are, it's opinionated.
Yes, where we will be sharing thought-provoking analysis on whatever we choose to talk about.
Recently, I was thinking about my belly button.
Really?
That's a hot topic, at least for me.
Isn't that a bit personal?
It's my belly button. Everybody sees that, don't they?
Is belly button one word or two words? Belly.
You know, and there you go. There's that thought-provoking conversation.
Yeah. Yeah.
So we're getting in depth already. This is, we're just doing an intro and we're already in the deep end. Mm-hmm. I'd say it's one word.
Oh, okay. I don't know. Yeah. I have no idea. So friends, this is going to be something exciting that I don't know how often we're going to do this. Maybe we can do this, maybe once a month. Maybe we'll do it a couple days in a month, maybe every 2 weeks. And I guess it all depends how popular it is.
Well, and, whenever we have enough money to pay the electricity bill.
Yeah. And the Wi-Fi. The internet to upload it. Yeah, but we have a lot of opinions on things that are going on around us. We really do, and we thought, why aren't we sharing this? Because it's so, what's the word I want? It's so, help me!
I'm waiting.
It's so,
entice me.
This isn't really turning into very thought-provoking analysis here. I can't even spit out words. Anyway, we plan to entertain you with real intellectual conversation. Not the same garbage that you always see on other videos where you get bored to death with all this negativity all the time. We want to look at a lot of the positive side of things. Wouldn't you agree?
I would say so. And that's kind of the whole point of doing this and getting on the air.
Yeah. Yeah, because we like that.
I love your studio, by the way.
Oh, thank you. Yeah. Yeah.
Were you sitting Reno?
Kinda. Ran into a little bit of money.
A little bit.
Yeah, a little bit.
It looks like Elon Musk's studio.
Shh.
Oh, the name that shall not be spoken.
No, I don't care about that. I just don't want anyone to know who paid for it.
Ah, all right. Now it's making. I thought it was the what is that? The Shah of Iran.
Oh, the Ayatollah guacamole.
Yeah, no, the other guy.
What?
The other guy.
What other guy?
No, and not Iran. Sorry, Saudi Arabia.
The king, or the prince, the prince or the king, or whoever.
The princely king, yes.
The princely king.
Yes.
And what is the deal?
He's like a prince, but he doesn't play nearly as many instruments.
Okay. Does he have any number one singles?
No.
Okay.
Well, actually, he might. He's got enough money to just sort of buy them.
I think we're talking about the wrong prince.
Really?
Yeah. I think he died. Oh, was it an overdose or something?
No.
How did he die anyway?
I don't know.
It's interesting how we're getting into this conversation because I remembered listening to Diamond and Pearls today on my stereo in my car. I'm like, that reminds me of the days when we went to Columbia Academy.
Right.
Yeah.
And I'm thinking maybe he's not dead. Maybe he's hanging out with Elvis and Jim Morrison.
Maybe. Yeah. Yeah, that's a very good possibility. So, what else can we share that we plan to do? Wouldn't you not agree that there's just too much negativity out there? There's all these wars and rumors of wars, and we know that Ray and Adrian like to get into the serious side of it, and I think it's more important that we try to be a little bit more jocular and bring more, I don't know, Try not to
Ray
be so
and
serious.
Adrian, the definition of crotchety old coot.
Oh. Well,
They're just so serious all the time. I don't think they have any sense of humor at all.
well, that's not true. Remember when we did Power Praise with them?
Yeah, we were the funny ones.
Well, we had them laughing lots.
You know, I thought it was hilarious when we brought all those doves in.
Oh,
they
yeah.
didn't think it was very funny.
Not after they had to clean up the mess. And then they kind of told us that isn't happening anymore until you bring in a mop.
You see what I mean? No sense of humor.
Yeah, that's true.
Although they're really good at cleaning. I will say that.
Well, where is Adrian? I've noticed that you're using his studio. What's he doing? Did you kick him out?
Yes, actually.
Ah, or is he
He's
spending time with
wandering.
his wife?
He's wandering the streets at the moment.
Is he?
Yes.
Oh well,
I've taken over.
Well, hey, you know what? I know he's got a little bit of issues with his, I think his knees or something. So maybe that little bit of walking will help.
Yes.
Yeah. Yeah, and as for Ray, I don't know what he's doing. He's doing whatever.
I bet you he wishes he had that studio.
Yeah, but maybe one day. You know, he's got a whole studio sitting in a storage locker, and he bought monitors. Yeah, I was with him when he bought these really nice monitors, like really nice speakers that go with his mixer, his big mixing board.
Oh yeah.
Can't wait to hear what they actually sound like. Maybe one day we'll actually be able to open the box. Can't set it up in the truck.
Well, you could, but
Yeah, well.
some things just aren't worth the effort.
Well, you know what? While we're on doing this, we can also mention, too, that if you guys like what you're hearing, if you enjoy this provocative analysis, please let us know. You can subscribe, you can share, you can... What else can they do? Subscribe, share... Oh, like.
Oh, right, yes, okay.
Yeah,
How
like-
could we forget about that?
Because that helps the algorithm tell other people, hey, check this video out. Other people like it. So we're going to send it over to you. So that's
That
always a
sounds good to
thing.
me.
And leave a comment below.
Yep.
If you think it's stupid, leave a comment below. We'll ignore it.
That's very true, yes.
Yeah, we will.
If there's one thing we're good at, it's ignoring.
Or either that or we'll ban you from
We
the
ignore
site.
Ray and Adrian all the time.
Yeah. They don't like that. Do you remember that time on Power Praise when they locked the door on us and we still got in anyway because we picked the lock before? That was so funny.
Well, they barricaded the door, but they forgot they barricaded the wrong side.
Yeah.
You just opened the door the other way.
That's right. Yeah. Well, you know what? Those were fun days doing all that stuff there on Power Praise and back to the 80s. We got a lot of history with these guys, and it's really nice of them to invite us to do this show of Opinionated and to... They really let us kind of talk about whatever we want, right? I mean, we didn't really have any restrictions, did we?
Sure seems like us. I thought I heard some knocking at the door once, but, you know, that stopped after we turned the air supply off.
Ah! That's why I got so quiet.
Then the knocking went away.
Okay. So anyway, being the very first show, we also have another amazing guest that we're going to be interviewing from time to time. It is, I think we're still in the making of trying to get him on on for an interview. His name is Rabbi Snitchell. He's a different...
The rabbi, yes.
Yeah, he's a very unusual individual. And hard to get a hold of.
That's a very nice way of putting it.
Yeah.
I appreciate that.
Yeah, he's hard to get a hold of. He really is. It's like, I think we had an easier time getting a hold of Trump than we would him. So,
Well, I
yeah.
kind of wondered. I mean, is he a rabbi or is he Amish? Because it's like, does he have any electronics at all? I don't think he ever answers that phone.
You know what? When I have a chance to talk to him, I think I will definitely ask him what he's affiliated with. In depth. analysis. Yeah.
Opinionated analysis.
Yeah. Okay, so one thing that I wanted to touch base on. There's a lot of stuff in the news today and yesterday and the day before about Iran. And everyone's kind of worried about what's going to happen with that, and should we be concerned, and what would you suggest? What's your opinion of what should our reaction be to Iran, and what should we really be focused on? Should we really be concerned about any of this?
Well, I'm glad you asked. I ran the other day, and I really found that the secret is the proper footwear.
Yeah.
You gotta wear comfortable shoes with good arch support.
Yeah. So do you use a treadmill, or do you do the actual jogging?
Oh, you gotta go au naturel.
Ah.
You gotta go with the real McCoy.
So you go with the shorts and the short shirt, the tank top or whatever? Is that you do all that?
A little bit of Speedo.
That's an image I did not want.
Well, you asked. You brought it up.
Yeah. Well, because...
Can I say one thing on a slightly more actually opinionated note?
Sure.
When it comes to stuff like Iran, if the country is called Iran, do they do a lot of running there?
I think so. They're probably running after that Ayatollah guacamole.
And more importantly, are they using the proper footwear?
Yes. Yes! That's what we want to convey.
Consider it conveyed.
Consider it done. Yeah! I'm so glad we got that off our chest.
Okay, I feel better.
Yeah, me too.
Got a smoke?
I don't smoke anymore. Do you remember
Neither
the
do
days
I.
when we used
Neither
to
do
smoke? I actually have video of us sitting outside of our place when we were doing the show with Ray and Adrian, and we're puffing away on our cigarettes.
I do remember that.
Yeah.
Smoking is an awful habit, kiddies. Don't start.
No, and you know what's funny? I smoked since I was 15 years old, and when I quit, you know when people quit and they're like, oh, I'm coughing up lung for like 3 weeks. I never went through that. I didn't cough anything up. It was like it just disappeared.
I did go through that, and I also noticed that my coffee intake went up dramatically.
Yeah. Yeah. What went up for me? I don't know. Not a lot. I went on to that, the secondary thing, I don't really want to promote it, but it makes a mushroom cloud everywhere you go. And
Nuke?
that helped me.
You switched to nukes?
No. Vapes!
I
I tried a vape. I didn't want to advertise it because you see a lot of teenagers with vapes, and you're like, what are you doing? And they don't even have nicotine in there. They're just doing it because everyone else is doing it. But that helped me get off the cigarettes. I did the vape, got off the cigarettes, got off the vape 2 years later, and that helped me quit.
I have to think both of those options are better than nukes.
I think so.
Yeah.
Yeah. Okay, I want your opinion on something. Today I was in Walmart, and I noticed this kid. I don't know if he was like 11, 10 or 11 or 12, one of the three. And he had one of those little buds in his ear, which tells you that he's listening to his iPhone.
Right.
What's the deal with kids with phones? Why does this irritate me so much when I see someone that young with a phone and they're listening to stuff on there? It's like part of their childhood is being thrown out the window. Does that make sense?
It's the modern day television.
Stuck in their ear?
Back when I was a kid, it was the TV was the great babysitter.
Now the phone is the great babysitter.
Now the phone is the great babysitter.
Right. They don't.
Except the TV didn't connect to the internet. and all kinds of not good things.
And you couldn't carry it around with you and bring it into the Walmart with you.
Well, now you can carry a TV, and it's called VR goggles.
True.
2 TVs, actually. One over either eye.
Yeah. No, but I seen that today. I'm like, I see this all the time. These young kids, and especially the girls, walking around with their phone in their back pocket. And I'm like, do you have any idea? Like, most of these people have no idea how the 5G works. It gives off a tremendous amount of radiation every time your phone rings. So I don't have mine on 5G. I have mine on LTE. So you've got all these young kids walking around with these phones in their back pocket, and you know darn well they don't have it switched to LTE because they want to have power.
Yeah.
Right? So they're literally...
Which is funny in and of itself, because it's not actually even that much power!
It's not. It's radiation.
Yeah, what gets me is seeing all these young people and just walking down the sidewalk. And it's one thing to see... So there's one of these kids walking by themselves, and they're just staring at their phone screen the entire time they're walking down. Even worse, when a few minutes later, and you see 3 of them walking together, and they're all staring at their phone screens.
Probably talking to each other, texting each other.
Probably talking to each other, yes.
Yeah. What are you doing right now? I'm looking at your shoes. Oh, cool. Do you want to go to McDonald's? Okay. Let's text John. He's right... I don't want to talk to him. Let's just text him. He can't hear me
He's too far
anyway.
away. He's 3 feet away. I'd have to talk past you to talk to him. I'll just text him instead.
He's got those earbuds stuck in his ear. He can't hear me anyway, so let's text him. This phone thing is getting out of control.
Kind of crazy.
It is. But anyway, I wanted to bring that up. I just think it's crazy. Parents, don't give your 10 or 11 or 5 or 6 or 8-year-old a phone. That's ridiculous. You're stealing away some valuable childhood. Do we ever see kids anymore on the streets playing hockey or kick the can? Well, I didn't even play kick the can. Okay, let's try that again. What did I play when I was a kid? Baseball? Nah.
I picked up a stick and I pretended it was a bazooka.
That's because you're violent.
Well, it is what it is.
Yeah, okay. Now I
At
know
least
where
it's not a nuke. And I had good arch support in my shoes.
Good. Now, we should send a little message to Mr. Guacamole that we have resolved their issues.
That's right.
Easy as that.
Yep. You can sum it up. Solution in one word. Orthotics.
Yeah. Brought to you by Nike.
Yeah.
All right.
Dr. Scholl.
Dr. Scholl. Dr. Schnitzel. Oh.
Yes, that's Rabbi Schnitzel.
Rabbi, I can't wait. Can't wait to talk to him.
We can track him down.
He seems like a very intelligent person. He didn't say a lot on the phone. It was yes, no, okay, thank you. I'm like, well, this is going to be an exciting conversation.
Yeah, those are the best interviews, aren't they?
Yeah. When you're kind of looking stupid.
You ask a 3-minute question and they respond with no.
And you're like, okay, let's go on now. So it's going to be a little bit awkward. It's kind of be like sitting there in my underwear.
We'll give him a crash course on broadcasting online.
Yeah.
We learned from the best. I will say, Ray and Adrian really did teach us that. We learned from the best.
Well, that's true. Do you remember the first time we were in the studio? We were like that too. We didn't say a whole lot, and they hooked our fingers up. Or I think I hooked. They put one of those prongs on my toe. I think they put one on your finger. And every single time they wanted us to talk, they would send a little electricity into us. It worked really well.
Yep. I still have a stutter.
It comes out every once in a while.
Just occasionally.
Yeah, so anyway, friends, we really do hope that you continue whenever you see an upload, Truth and Testimony. Don't worry, Opinionated is clean. It's going to be family friendly. Just a lot of
Opinions.
Lots of different opinions on things that just don't make any sense. You know what? That's what we should do. We still have time to change this, you know? Opinionated. Thought-provoking analysis on things that don't make sense. There you go!
You know, like, let me hit... I'm still puzzling over this one. I have been struggling with this for years, okay? Maybe you can help me out, Grango.
Sure.
Boxers or briefs?
Boxers.
Okay, that was it. Well, that was easy. Well, we can wrap the show up, and yeah, it was nice talking to y'all, and yeah.
Well, come on! Aren't boxers a little bit more comfortable?
You know, we were just talking about that person giving one-word answers.
Yeah.
Yeah, well, that was a great example of it right there, Grango.
Do you think we should ask the rabbi boxers or briefs? What do you think?
That's a great question.
That's like asking a Scottish man, boxers or kilt?
It's all about how you phrase the question, I think.
Ah.
So we can sit there and say, you know, in the pages of scriptures, in the Tanakh, in the Old Testament, it is recorded in one of the many passages of the great prophet when he asks, boxers or briefs? And you're just kind of sneaking on him that way.
That would be deceiving.
But effective.
He thinks you're building up to this really important question. It's like, boxers or briefs? He'd be like, I'm leaving.
Yeah. That might be an abrupt hang-up, yes.
Yeah. I'm afraid to see what his answer would be, to be honest with you.
We might have to try.
Yeah, I think so. Well, I think this has been a nice little introduction. We're drawing to a half an hour. I think we don't really want to go any further than that or we'll bore people.
Probably a good idea. Now, there is an opinion that counts.
Yeah. So, if you viewing have a question for us, if you want us to share our opinion on whatever the subject might be, you can leave it in the comments below, or you can send an email to truth and testimony email at gmail.com. Truth and testimony email, I know it's really long, at gmail.com, and put in the subject line, Opinionated. Yeah, put Opinionated in there.
Or you can use a carrier pigeon, but it may not get to us.
We used to have some of those. Oh no, those are doves. Yeah,
they flew out that window and never been seen
going.
again. Yeah.
That's why the monks left. They
Those
quit.
ungrateful.
So those monks, they all left us there. They just quit. They said, that's it, we're done.
You know, you get one lousy record deal and you forget the people that brought you there.
I know. Isn't that what happened? They got a record deal and they just like, what happened to us?
And you have a much nicer studio than that guy that took over.
No kidding. Whoever that was. All right, friends, we're going to wrap it up. I am Grango.
I am Pablo.
And we are Opinionated.
Yeah!
And we will see you next time.
Bye.
Bye-bye.